Hello and welcome to episode 113. That's 113.
Is it?
For all of you playing at home of the Book Course Pod. I'm Miranda. I'm here with Kristen. In real life, Kate and Chris are virtually calling in from Boulder, Colorado. Today we are discussing Myths and Fables by George Mann, who is a person.
Did you become a radio host?
This is like
in
very
the last...
baseball announcer, like very.
Yeah,
I would be a
I'm
great
Joe Buck,
baseball
and today
announcer.
We're going to be talking about Star Wars.
I did not read a newsletter out loud while I was home alone in like a radio announcer voice, but also I did.
Was that when you were a child or now?
Oh, like the other day while you guys were on a walk.
What newsletter was it?
What a day!
Oh.
Bing. I think that's copyright infringement.
It's fine.
But my Bing wasn't loud enough to really count. So, hi.
Cool.
What are you guys drinking tonight? What's
Did you
up?
say today was the first day you went outside since Sunday, Miranda?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just now processing that. Okay.
Yeah, I've been fucking inside.
Just we have a backyard.
I know.
Okay. It's fine. Nothing matters.
Well, it's been raining.
On and off.
It's been fucking gross out while I've not been working.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Because capitalism is the enemy.
It is.
You heard it here first, folks.
Big if true.
We hope you guys are eating the rich, but are also inside your house.
Yeah, that's what say.
However that works for you, I hope both of those things are true.
Eating the rich and your veggies so that you stay healthy.
Yes, please.
Right.
It's true. I don't know what I'm drinking. Chris, what did you pour me?
You are drinking St. George Terroir Gin.
Oh, thank God.
Ooh.
It's the pine tree gin. The shit that tastes like
Fancy.
super duper like trees.
I love it.
I love
I love
trees.
that gin has terroirs. That makes me happy.
That's just what it's called
Oh,
for whatever
okay.
reason. I think because it's like, it smells like trees.
Cool. That makes sense.
I
Yeah,
love
it's
that
just-
smell in a beverage.
Me too.
This is my favorite.
What are you drinking, Dad?
I am drinking Johnny Walker Gold Reserve Label.
Fuck yes.
It's very good. I've had it on the pod before. It's very good. I'm just trying to kill off some open bottles that I have.
Is
'cause
this
I
all
have
you
a
poured
lot of
me?
open bottles. You can have more.
Yeah, but it's downstairs now, man.
I poured you as much as I poured me.
Yo, why didn't you bring the extra up with you? That's a
Yeah,
rookie
that's-
You should have
move.
brought both bottles. You guys are irresponsible. Me and Miranda just bring like 3 beverages in usually when
like-
we pod.
Oh my
What
God.
I'm drinking currently,
to be
plus
fair-
backup beer.
To be fair, we usually still need to go get things and go pee. So we're garbage people. It's not helpful. But we do have a thought. Anyway, all I'm saying is you should give Mom an open bottle, no cap, next to her
Yeah,
whenever she
that's
That's
fair.
pods.
correct.
Like
I'll
a
take
crazy
that under
straw.
advisement for next time.
Especially in these trying times. Cool. Miranda, what are you drinking? We got the beer man delivered
Oh
today.
my God, the beer man came
Thank
today.
God.
We were
We were talking about the beer man and
And
we
then
were
the beer
worried
truck came
the
outside.
beer man appeared. It was
and then
amazing.
we were in the living room just like staring out the window like creeps and screaming.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'll put that on the maybe I'll put that on the Instagram, even though it has nothing to do with the podcast.
Hey, I will be drinking this beer on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's fine.
correct. You should take a photo of it though,
Oh, I
because
should.
then I can put it as a combination of things.
There isn't really good lighting in the office right now because it's nighttime.
Yeah, there's no good lighting in the office ever. Is what it is. Anyway, there's a lot of like the local breweries here have like their own little beer vans, like
Aw.
beer Sprinters beer half trucks.
Usually, I feel like they use it to deliver kegs to
Correct.
bars.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
now
yeah.
they're just like, come to our website and buy
And we'll
beer.
deliver
So
it
we're
to
like,
you.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
smart.
Can we give you all of our money for this beer, please?
Yes, that's what we're
Thank
doing.
you.
But it's great. We
Yeah.
would so much rather give our money directly to them than
Oh, yeah.
almost anyone else because those are our people.
Yeah.
So, Miranda, do you know anything about Barrelick, or would you?
No, so I'm drinking this beer. Like she just said, it's from Barrelick Brewing here in Portland.
I've had Barrelick on the pod before. I don't believe Miranda has. We've been trying to figure this out.
I
and
don't
she
think I've
doesn't
ever
think she's
actually
been
had
here, so-
Barrelick before today, but I'm currently drinking the Starlighter Dark Gosa.
Ooh.
Nom nom.
Dark, salty, dry Gosa style ale with notes of berries, figs, raisins, and fresh baked bread.
Oh my
It
God,
is-
I want it.
It's fucking delicious. Here, I'm gonna send you guys the picture.
Oh, the can's beautiful. Also.
Yeah, oh yeah, the can is beautiful. It tastes like a Gosa. It's fucking delicious, but it's got like the coloring of a really dark amber,
Yeah, it does. It's
which is
beautiful.
wild.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So their
And
tagline
it's-
is stubbornly independent and brewer owned. 17 and 18 Oregon Beer Awards Brewery of the Year.
And
So
like,
they're our good friends. At
and so
Barrelick.
the dark Gosa, like it is probably on the maltier side of what I'd expect from a regular Gosa, but like just the way that they do it is so fucking delicious. I kind of bullied Kristen into putting this on her list
Oh.
when we were putting it together the other day, and I was
you
like,
paid
I want
for
to.
it. It doesn't
I want
matter.
to try this, please.
Oh, that is a very pretty can. Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And that color.
Find some way to throw that on the Instagram, I'm sure.
Yes. Save it and send it to me or put it in the Slack. And one day I will.
Might put it on the Instagram.
Hey, sometimes I put things on the Instagram, but then there was a pandemic.
You need to put my
Technically
decanter on the
speaking.
Instagram.
I know.
my God.
It's so
it's all
pretty.
happening, okay?
It's empty now. I finished all the whiskey
know
in it,
you
and I
did.
haven't cleaned it out and put new whiskey in it.
It's okay.
Despite
Great.
me buying $75 worth of bourbon at the fucking liquor store on the way home from work a week and a half ago
I know.
before I was quarantining.
I mean,
fair.
that's what you had to do, man.
Yes. I'm drinking also from Barrelick Brewing, the Punk Rock Time IPA.
Ooh, good beer.
Nice.
Tropical, fruity, and piney with just enough angst to keep us determined is what it said. It's their they did finish the process of brewing like right when nobody was allowed to do anything at first. So I think that went into the naming of it.
Wow.
Anyway, it's on my story right now, but it probably won't be by the time this comes out. So I will cross post that or something. It's cool. It has like a cool punk rock vest on the can and then like a salmon color.
It's very tasty.
It's a beautiful beer inside the can, outside the can. I'm belching into the mic.
You can't see through it, but it's not a hazy.
Correct. It's
like
really good.
So opaque.
Yeah, it's pretty resinous, I would say. For people who don't know what the fuck that means, if you're a weed person, well, like that sounds like a annoying hoity-toity word when I say it when I'm describing beer, but I'm like, if you're a weed person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's got that like kind of oily, skunky aura about it. It's got a little bit of, nobody cares about my beer tasting notes, but it's got like a little bit of a thicker mouthfeel.
Wrong pod, Kristen.
I know, sorry. We just haven't done the other pod in a while because somebody had the audacity to have a baby.
Oh my God. How dare you, Brian?
In this economy,
A baby.
Oh my
Anyway.
God.
Such a cute baby, though.
Oh,
so
God,
We
he's
can't
such
we
a-
can't blame
it's
Brian
so,
and Nancy
it's so
for that.
cute.
He's so cute.
Owen is
So
very
adorable.
cute. Cool.
Oh yeah,
So-
speaking of weed,
Oh.
I've been just like microdosing every day on this weed oil I made so I don't have a
like
panic attack.
like a tincture?
No,
Is
yeah,
it like a tincture? Sorry, I'm
it's
not a.
like literally infuse some coconut oil with some fucking weed, and I'm just eating like a quarter teaspoon of coconut oil in a few hours.
Smart.
So I don't.
So it's not
freak
quite a
the fuck out.
concentrate. It's not quite a tincture. It's just like
Exactly.
it's just like a little edible, but like in an
Exactly.
oil instead of a baked good.
Correct.
Got it. Miranda, do you want to talk about do you have a secondary beer in here? Oh, it's the same thing.
No,
as what you're
I
drinking.
am finishing up my last Gosa, and I have another fresh Gosa to open and pour into this glass when I finish.
Cool. We have, sorry, I'm just going to keep talking about beer because it's how I stay sane in these trying times.
Oh,
I know no one cares. Skip ahead a minute and a half if you don't give a shit.
Minute and a half. I don't know if you're being generous enough with yourself.
Skip ahead 5.5 minutes if you don't give a shit. I mean, I think that should be an always thing. Skip ahead 5.5 minutes at any given time in the podcast, and like, what are you gonna miss?
Nothing.
What are we ever talking about?
Oh my
I mean, for a real treat, skip ahead like an hour.
Skip ahead an hour, listen to the outro. It's the same every time almost, except for we make it worse and worse by the week. So I just want to plug these 2 different style beers that are coming back in Portland. So I'm holding in my hand at the moment the 10 Barrel Brewing pub beer lager. So it's just kind of like, it's like their cheap shit beer. It's just like their chill. It's like their Yingling.
No.
It's
Yeah,
like,
no,
if you
I
were to
hear
picture like I'd like a beer, this is what it is.
yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It's
Yeah.
their lager, right?
Yes.
So 10 Barrel, who did 10 Barrel get bought out by?
Wait, they got bought out?
Oh,
Me.
like before you moved to
Oh fuck, I don't
Oregon.
know.
No. I just, sorry, doesn't matter.
Hey Siri.
Anyway, they are out of Bend. We still support 10 Barrel, though it's a complicated relationship just because they're one of the few breweries in Portland that has a female head brewer at one of their locations. Which is cool because like almost no.
Oh yeah.
She's the only one that I can think of at present moment.
Breakside.
Breakside does at one of their locations as well.
I think it's at our location.
I thought their head brewer was in the Northwest. It doesn't matter. Okay, sorry. Anyway, but I think 10 Barrel and Breakside are 2 of the ones that I can think of at present that have female brewers, or at least at one location. So anyway, 10 Barrel does like a pub beer lager. It's like 5%. It says cheap fun on it. And it's actually like really well priced. I think we got an 18 pack for $15. So it's like,
Oh my god.
right. It's like priced at shit beer prices, right?
Can I give you
Incredible.
some money for some of that?
Oh, Quinn bought it, so yes. Our unemployed roommate who has been still buying us beer and making us food.
Aw.
We've been paying for it.
Yeah, we absolutely have. But I wanted to also plug Barrelix. So Barrelix is a little bit different. There's definitely, I think I've had the kind of original iteration of this on the pod before, which would be the Fort George 1856, which would be it's called a pre-prohibition lager. So it's a little bit of a different taste. It's got a much stronger taste than we're used to in like our normal shit beers. So, but like, you know what I mean by that? Like,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
no.
general middle of
I
the
just-
road beers, right?
I just enjoy you calling it shit beer.
I mean, that's what it is. And I know people are like, you really into beer? Why do you drink shit beer? And I'm like, because it's beer. It's delicious.
tasty.
All beer is delicious.
True.
Anyway, so the tall boys
Yeah.
that we got today from our friends at Barrelick, they make their version of the pub beer is called the dad beer,
Same.
which is amazing. So instead of just like a very middle of the road lager, it's a pre-prohibition style lager. So it's got a little bit more flavor. Anyway, if you want to hear me talk more about this, you can not do anything because no one wants to hear me talk more about this. Anyway,
Okay,
cool.
but
Great talks.
Like, full stop though, if I were to describe myself as a beer, I'd
God.
definitely say dad beer.
Oh my
true.
god.
Yeah, I'm like Googling how do I describe a pre-prohibition lager, right?
The upshot
It's
of
beer.
all of this
We like beer. Portland likes beer. We
is
can get
that
the beer man to deliver it to us out of his truck. Or the catering van.
yes.
Not to be confused with the Dodge ProMaster City.
I was
Hey.
I was about to say, hello, little child. I have beer in the back of my truck. The upshot of all this is, please support your local businesses during
Yes.
this trying
Yay.
time. The ones that are open, the ones that are delivering, whatever else. Like, please, 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 please. They're the ones who are going to be most fucked by this entire situation. Business wise.
Yeah.
To say nothing of. Black people are always fucked because great. But
Capitalism.
yeah,
It's
I
almost
know,
like the system was built to make them super fucked.
Crazy.
yes,
Also,
insane.
That's
If
not
you-
what I read in my textbooks,
Oh my
Kristen.
fucking god! But
it-
yeah,
you
please,
You had
please shop
textbooks
small.
with words?
and when you are shopping small and getting delivery, tip well.
Tip
Yes.
so well,
Ho-
please.
hopefully you,
Yeah,
you already
particularly
do that.
now.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're
If
already
you are-
doing at least like 20%, but do more now because
Yes.
Yeah, if
these
you are
people
one
are
of those
putting their
people who
health and
is-
safety on the line to bring you beer.
Yes,
Yeah, if you're one of those people who is fortunate enough to still have a job and still have
Yep.
income past what is strictly necessary to keep yourself alive,
Yes.
please do spread that around and tip like aggressively well these days because it's rough out there.
totally. And if you're not employed right now, number one, I'm sorry. Number two, please write to corporations, tell them to stop being shitty to their workers.
And number
And-
3, you've
and
got enough going on in
Congress.
your life. Why are
What?
you making yourself sad by listening to our podcast?
True.
So true. I mean, sad isn't necessarily the word. Torture is more the word that comes
Yeah,
to
like-
mind.
That's
Por que no los bofa?
not enough emotional pain. Need to rip off your own ears.
all right.
Yes, you
Well,
need-
we.
I
Does
just
the
talked
beer
about.
truck have a jingle?
Oh
No,
my
it was
God,
really
that
sad.
lofty.
No, like, they
It was
all
just
have
like
their-
a catering
there's
van with
just, like,
this
yeah,
the label on the
it's
side.
just
It was on my
about-
Instagram story today.
Okay.
There are just a bunch of different beer trucks around. If Chris was listening to us
Yike.
earlier, he would have heard that, but he wasn't.
I
Most of the
was
time he's
listening.
not.
I just asked if it had
So-
a jingle.
No, I wish.
That's a good question.
Any van can have a jingle if you
my
believe,
sister
Kristen.
Jesus.
my sister responded to my Instagram story like, "What is this?" It's like we can get beer delivered.
Bless her.
And we've done it several times.
Yeah.
Speaking of beer, we've now spent 17 minutes on that. So can we talk about Star Wars?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good because we have like
Oh my
less than a full
God.
episode of
Did you-
today, so-
You know that's not.
Also,
I know,
there's
I
the
always
part
say
of the
that.
beginning where we couldn't get the theme song to work.
That was 45 seconds, Miranda.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
like a
never
hot
mind.
ass minute.
I'm sorry. Did you guys not want me to say pre-prohibition lager again?
Oh my.
Are we good?
Because, I mean, that's the
God.
episode title,
See,
right?
I told you were not
Pre-prohibition lager.
being generous enough with yourself with the minute and a half because now it's been
Listen,
like.
I'm sorry. I'm so
7.
sorry. You're right.
The ancient Sith story of the pre-prohibition lager.
That's what it was about. I don't know if you guys read Gaze of Stone, but that's how I
Fucking
interpreted it. When the tears
It's
when the tears come out of the
pre-prohibition lager.
statue, what's actually happening is he's thinking about pre-prohibition lager.
It does make
Retweet.
you wonder if anybody's ever like harvested those tears.
I mean, to be fair, they are black tears. He's just crying stout.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know what?
take
Yup.
it, ferment it, see what happens. Evil beer.
Like,
Congrats.
what's the worst that happens?
Chris, look at this. I'm out of gin already.
I thought
I-
Miranda was making a pun earlier when she said "Gaze of Stone" because I haven't read this book in a week, and then
To be,
God.
when I said it out loud and said "same," that is the pun I was
I
making.
know I'm aware.
But no, that's actually what the story is called. It's called Gaze of
gaze,
Stone.
like
No, anytime you
not
say it
the
out
way
loud,
you're thinking.
it sounds like a pun.
I know. Anyway, it's good. It's
looking
it's a porn name
so-
as well as a children's story name.
Motherfucker. All right.
I didn't invent puns, mother.
Yes.
Oh boy.
All right. So Andrew says, Andrew has a question related to Star Wars and also the story entitled "Gaze of Stone" in Myths and Fables.
In which there are gays made out of stone.
Oh my
Yes.
Same.
God. All right. So Andrew says, did you think the Twilight Sith story, I can't say Sith, even though I no longer have Invisalign. I just lost the ability to say Sith. Twilight Sith story was too simple or a good example of weird force shit.
Both? What?
Yes. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
I mean, this whole
is-
book is pretty simple.
I think that's the point. I'm pretty sure I kind of dragged this point out a lot on the last episode, but that is the point. These are myths and fables. Like, sure, there's weird Force shit, and there's definitely a lot of weird Force shit in this story, and I love it.
More weird Force shit 2020.
But also,
Yes,
like,
please.
this is supposed to be simple, right? This is supposed to be like a nice little story of right and wrong for little kids, little, like, younglings across the galaxy when they're going to bed. Don't
Jesus.
be a Sith. Don't sell your children to the Sith.
Don't be a gravestone.
Maybe be a gravestone. It's really fun. But like, I mean, the answer here is yes.
Yes.
It's both, and it's good that it's both. Because I think it does a really good job of being both. It's like, yeah, you know, here's the straightforward story, and oh, this guy was more evil than the other one, but also like, check out this shit, right? It's like, we're gonna freeze you with some magic Sith
Force
stuff,
Yeah.
and you think you're doing it the right way, but you're doing it the wrong way because I fucked up my record so that you would read it, which I knew you were gonna do. And it's just like, yeah, let's get into this. Let's do it.
God, it's so like shady, man.
I mean,
Are-
did you expect anything else from the Sith?
No.
Are all Sith fuck me up the ass? Sith masters.
Please. Kate.
What?
Nothing.
I
That
can't
was just
say-
aggressive.
Sorry, I can't say Sith.
Kate,
Fuck.
much
Can
like
we name it?
C-3PO,
Can we
cannot
name
speak
the
Sith.
episode "Fuck Me Up the Ass"? Okay.
I don't
great.
think that's gonna fly.
I don't think that's allowed. But fuck, what was I gonna say? I hate you guys
Sorry.
so much all
Sorry.
the time. Fuck, what was I gonna say?
The Sith are bad.
Well, I'll go and hopefully it'll inspire you.
Oh no, what I was gonna say was like, are all Sith masters just like playing 3-dimensional chess while the rest of us are playing checkers? Like, what is like?
Yes.
Do you,
Oh,
do you have to be
yes.
like super fucking smart to like ascend or something?
I mean, I feel like the ones who aren't got killed already.
I was
Well,
like, okay, so
clearly.
1, yes, but 2, Anakin.
He wasn't a. To be fair, he wasn't a master.
He wasn't on the council either. What?
Nope. No, he was not.
Well, only because he couldn't fucking kill Palpatine. His own little son had to fucking do it for him.
Right?
Anakin yoinking himself away from any conversation that turns real.
Oh my god.
Gotta
I will
go.
also say that this book came out before Rise of Skywalker did. So, but it is no longer the weirdest use of like bizarre but simple but makes no sense for shit in Star Wars.
That's true. Chris just finished the novelization. That was a fascinating time for him.
I actually like the novelization significantly more than I like the movie. And I'm
Yeah.
looking
Oh, I
forward
want to
watching
hear
the movie.
more.
Was that Ray Carson?
yeah,
Carson.
and that's why.
Just
Yeah,
like-
I was about to say, like, I didn't super like The Rise of Skywalker, but I trust Ray Carson, so I'm sure it's like a really good novelization.
If you've never
It's-
heard our takes about this, we have 1 to 17 episodes worth of content about them and 2 bonus episodes. 3 bonus
It is-
episodes? 2 bonus episodes?
Who's to
I
say?
think 3 because we ranted so
3
long.
on Rise of Skywalker, yeah.
But
So sorry.
it is not perfect. It, you know, obviously she was left with the material she was left with. There are also aspects of it that, dear God, stop hiring white women and hire someone of color, please God, to write Finn. But that said, when you look at Ray Carson's 2 books, she was given nothing to work with across both of those.
Correct.
And she has churned out 2 eminently readable books, so props to her.
She has
Oh, man.
knit many a scarf out of actual yarn made of shit. Yes.
It's correct. What a beautiful and
I didn't really know where that was going, I'm
said.
going to be honest with you.
And now
It's an
he was
adventure.
well spoke.
I have sometimes one thing to say. Usually it's a metaphor that has shit in it.
It's great.
Hey, I'm only speaking the truth.
It's
It's just who I
I
am.
know. I know. Yeah, getting back to the Star Wars. Yeah, I think I said this on the last episode, but I feel like a lot of how I'm gonna wind up feeling about many of the stories in this book is it's really gonna depend on the Dark Side book that's coming out. What is it called again?
Dark
Ooh.
Legends.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, there's a
Um,
Dark
Comes out
Side
in
book
July
that's
of this
coming
year.
out for some of us who
Yes.
are-
When
I
is it
wanna-
coming out again?
I
Chris?
believe it's coming out in July of this year.
Okay.
I want to
Ooh.
do a bonus where Dad just talks to us about the novelization because like I don't want to read it,
Oh my god.
but I do want to hear about it.
Oh my god.
I want to like
Sorry.
sit on the floor and like their place though, like little kids gathering around. Is that just?
Oh, we're not allowed to leave the house.
I
so
mean,
maybe.
well, theoretically, and
okay, sorry.
Kristen, haven't you ever heard of Zoom?
blank
Okay.
to blank
Jesus.
months.
Sure. Does
Oh
anyone
my
want to lend us a WebEx Pro login so that we can have social hour as a podcast?
Oh my god. Yeah, it's gonna really depend on for me on how much the two of these books kind of work in tandem and mirror each other or don't. It's kind of all I got for this. The how I felt about much of this book, as I think I said last episode, was like it was fine. I don't like children's books, as I also mentioned last episode / in many previous episodes, because I am joyless and
As you're allowed to be and should be, because life is a hellscape, mother.
life is a hellscape.
Sorry. Just
I also I'm not gonna. You know what? No, let's not talk about my mother. Anyway,
Oh.
anyone else have stuff to say about this story?
I didn't know that we had heard from her.
Well, we have not. That's the thing.
Oh.
LOL. I just to kind of add on to what you were saying about Dark Legends and when that comes out, I like this. This story is very simple, but I really liked it.
Who's
in
Dark
that
Legends by?
This
same
guy,
author.
This guy. Okay. Thank you.
George Mann.
correct.
He's got man right in the name. What?
Jesus.
George, middle name White Man.
Oh my god.
Not technically, but technically.
George W. Mann. Excuse
Oh,
the
Jesus.
fuck out of you.
Anyway, I like this format for telling this story and for Dark Legends coming up, especially because we don't. It's the weird thing is this story actually kind of breaks new ground, and like the canon is obviously sketchy of like the canon quality of this, but we don't have anything canon about the old days of the Sith at all. And so it's an interesting place to tackle weird Force shit because it is in a way laying groundwork for, you know, how we may see the Force used in probably not the High Republic because that's not that far before the Skywalker saga, but like old Republic if we ever see it, or the Sith Empire if we ever see it. And like there's a lot of potential to set the tone in a super weird way, which I mean we've all said it on the podcast, Star Wars is best when it's weird. So
And the thing too about that is like we've only really seen the Sith as they exist like in the context of, you know, the contemporary Jedi Order, which I mean is also kind of framed by that, right? Like it's framed by the Jedi like the Sith are bad, look at them do this, but there's just so much
Framed by the Jedi in my Star Wars.
I know it would never fucking happen. But there's just like so much weird Force shit out there. Like it almost seems kind of limitless, and we just haven't seen anything. And the Sith are like, "Hey, look at that! Like,
Yeah.
look at what we can do." It's like, "Oh, who
Yeah,
is she?"
That's absolutely true, and I think I feel like they've been waiting for the Skywalker saga to be over to really delve into the stuff because we get so many hints of it in canon. We've got this, we've got Malachor in Rebels, and now we have Exegol. So
Sure.
much
That's
can
a
be
place
done.
and thing with
we've got
stuff
Malachor,
and
we've
whatnot.
got not Malachor.
Oh my god.
We've got things that looked like new planets that weren't for reasons unknown to some of us.
It's the same set,
Um,
but the door is 2 feet to the left.
Yeah.
Right.
This is definitely a new planet. I mean the same. What? Who wrote this? What?
I mean, the funny thing is that's literally a thing in Rogue One too. But
Okay, fair.
That's true.
Correct.
also, wait,
You
can I
know
just
what?
go off topic? and share something that I was just reminded of. That's
Off
really
topic
funny.
in my
my
book
book.
respond.
Oh my god.
To be
Something
fair,
that's
me and
really funny
Miranda
about
did.
the,
We watched
about the
Rogue One the
novelization.
other day, so
Nice.
Sorry, what were you saying about the novelization?
also
So-
that's not off topic. That's Star Wars related.
Keep talking over each other. Mom loves it.
So I like burst out laughing because I was reading the all the Jedi talking to Rey at the end scene. Spoiler alert for Rise of Skywalker if you haven't seen it by now.
Congrats
And
if you have.
this
What?
is like a very minor throwaway line from the novelization, but if you don't want to hear it, skip ahead 5 minutes. And she's like talking about how she can like feel all the Jedi, and she's like some ancient, some recent, some still among the living, but in a way she can't quite figure out. And I just like started laughing, and I'm just like, Ahsoka will never die. Filoni lives.
Listen, excuse you. I think it obviously means that Kanan's not dead because he's a Loth wolf, so you can eat my entire ass.
Ahsoka.
Okay, I'm the first to say this on this podcast. Poor Kanan Lisbofa.
They are both alive.
A great
Yeah.
point.
What's an offensive way to say that in Spanglish?
Oh my I still need to finish that fanfic where Kanan's still
Great.
coming eventually to a AO3 near you.
Coming to it, no one should read anything that anyone does on this podcast except for Kate to a AO3 near you.
I listen, quarantine, we're gonna be quarantined for like a long ass time. I should like do something maybe. Anyway.
I hate to put in a segue that's not dragging Chris, but Chris, thank you for speaking into the microphone. I haven't had to say anything this whole time, and we're 32 minutes in.
That's not a segue. That's just a statement.
That's
You're not
that's
moving
the
into
opposite of a
anything with
segue. That is a non sequitur.
Oh my fucking
It's
god.
like, ma'am, that's an aside.
I'm
Thank you for your
sorry.
soliloquy.
you
We're
guys-
done here.
Have you guys
Jesus.
ever listened to this podcast, or
No.
that is?
It's been a while.
That's as much of a transition as we've ever had between a point of nothing and another point of nothing. So you're
So,
welcome.
We
I
get
just
this.
was trying to give Chris a nice thing. I did it again.
So we get a really nice look at the Sith in this story.
Yes. Does somebody want to talk about baby snatching?
Yeah, that was
Ooh,
me.
I
Sorry.
figured.
Yes.
My comment is something about tactics and yoinking BB force sensitives from their folks. And I thought this dude was gonna be a Jedi until the dude was like, "Hi, I'm evil," which I did because I don't really think we see a lot of this in the Sith Order until this point.
Yeah.
Like, we've only really see the Sith kind of recruit people who are a little older and who like are clearly, they have some kind of control over their use of the Force.
Yes, this is like very, very Harry Potter, but keep going.
And this story, which is like, you know, however long ago in the past.
J.K. Rowling is a Turfwing hater. Sorry. Keep going.
Correct.
You know, the I don't remember his name, but the guy rolls up and he's like, "Your baby is special."
He does.
Was there a babby here?
I'm gonna take your baby away from you. And she's like, "Okay, he's weird." And I was like, "Oh, this guy's a Jedi," because that's what the Jedi do. And like fundamentally, there's just like something to be said. Like, we all know this here. I think as a pod, we are in agreement. The Jedi are bad, actually.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to see like the Sith using the same tactics about like, hey, so I hear your baby's been doing some weird stuff with their eyes. Like, you've got a little Matilda on your hands. What if I take this away and make it all better? And then the baby turns out to be this evil dude who like plots all sorts of killing his father figure and all of that. And it's like,
You hate to see it.
It's what I think. Saying all that. What then is fascinating is like how fucking evil was this kid that like he just like I don't know sensed it from like all Palpatine like sensed it from like 80 bajillion parsecs away and was just like, yes, I think I would like to yoink this baby.
This is why I'm saying it's very like Voldemort. Like,
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
was just
I'm just
thinking that.
saying like it's. I'm not just saying that because look at the Harry Potter stat. I'm saying like we've seen this before. Like it literally is when Dumbledore's like, "I'm sorry, did you have someone setting things on fire over here?" And they're
Correct.
like, "Fire in my orphanage." Now that you mention it,
Yes.
now that you mention it, he has been bringing children to caves and torturing them.
Oh my god.
We didn't think anything of it, but it was weird.
We're very overwhelmed. Do you have any gin?
Do you think
Okay, which is fair.
I love gin.
Gin.
Congrats.
Thank you.
But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Sith
The baby
Yeah.
Siths.
in the Gaze of Stone. Just
Yay.
we've seen this before, and when I say we've seen this before, I mean the Jedi do this shit all the fucking time.
All the time.
And we know, I mean, like, here we blink an eye, and we're like, hey, this is a little messed up.
The Jedi are bad. It's canon. What?
I mean, yes.
Yeah, it definitely is very chilling that like whether you become a Jedi or a Sith, your journey starts in the same way.
It's like, whoever gets there first and, like, picks you up,
have fun with
congratulations,
it.
that's your life.
Also,
Yep.
like Yoda didn't put Luke like to be a slave on a planet, but he did make him do like weird, terrible shit in the jungle. And I'm not saying that those are the same thing, but I am saying why to both of those things.
because Yoda is bad. It is also canon.
Okay, that is true. We have famously said that on this podcast.
Which one is Yoda?
Oh my fucking god. The
He's
frog who's sniffing the boy.
Yes, the frog backpack who is sniffing the boy.
Jesus.
That is correct.
All right. Shall we move on to general thoughts about
Yeah, so
this guy?
as we kind of move into more of a traditional wrap-up section for this book,
We won't
obviously
do
there's
it.
not as much to wrap up because it was shorter and it's a children's book or middle grade book, but you know, I just wanted to do a little bit of a wrap up. So, which
Remember when
story
we
was
told
everyone's
Kate
favorite?
that it? Do you remember when we told Kate that it was not a children's book?
I'm
and
still
she
so
had a
confused.
nervous breakdown.
I'm so confused about it, y'all. Okay.
Kate was basically like, "Did you know babies can't read?" And then we were like, "It's a middle grade book," and she was like, "Did you know middle school babies can't read?"
Yeah, that was pretty much me, which was great. But yeah, I think we talked about this question a little bit because we kind of folded it into, I think it was Daniel who asked us.
Did you write that first point, Miranda? You know, me and Miranda have lived together for too long when I can't tell
Oh, no.
whether or not I wrote the point or she wrote the point.
I shit
Oh,
posted all
Christ.
over this outline, but with actual thoughts behind it. Just
I
I
know.
live with Kristen, so that's how I know how to communicate.
I apologize deeply. At least she remembers what she wrote, which I never do.
So Daniel had asked us, and we answered this in the first episode, which story we thought was most interesting or valuable to the new canon. But as a general question, which story did you have a favorite one?
What did you write, Miranda? Read the outline.
God.
I like the one with the little girl on Batu because she's like, fuck you. Which,
Okay, that's a great point,
okay,
honestly.
but yeah, so like, it's just this little girl living on Batu, like in, you know, kind of the rural areas near the Black Spire. Her like brother and sister go missing. They're like out on an adventure, and she's like, oh shit, like they both went missing. One of them went missing looking for the other one. If I go to look for them, I'm also gonna go missing.
The moral of the story is listen to Kate.
And then some mysterious Jedi comes up, and she's like, okay. First of all, is that one Qui-Gon? I just assumed that any Jedi in this book was Qui-Gon. Like, first of all.
Brown robes, has beard, is Qui-Gon.
I mean, we don't know,
Okay.
but he is described in a similar manner to the Wanderer, which
It's
is
not
interesting.
Qui-Gon, is my opinion.
I like that. But no, I just thought that was like a really cool story. It was kind of fun. It was a little mysterious.
It's both a myth and a fable, so it can be Qui-Gon
But
if you want it to
also,
be, by the
like,
way.
a few nights before we originally recorded the previous episode, Kristen and I were watching Criminal Minds, and that was like
Oh my
dead
God.
ass the plot of the fucking episode.
Because I hadn't read it yet. Obviously, I
That's
waited until
bananas.
the exact.
It was like these
End
three
times.
kids going through this field out on the outskirts of
Oh
town.
yeah.
Like trying to find like, oh, the mystery of these disappearing people, like where'd they go? It's the same fucking plot line. But no, in this one it was just this little girl, like this regular ass little girl. Anya is her name. And yeah, she's
They
like,
give her a Russian name for no real reason.
what
Just
were
'cause.
her siblings' names?
They didn't have him.
Oh, I was like, Anya's
Yeah, like
diminutive,
brother
but
and
that's me
sister.
getting
Yeah.
too much into it.
Oh no.
But
I was
yeah.
just saying, like,
Also, like, I just think it, like,
Eastern Europe doesn't have a missing girl problem. What?
and, oh, go.
Jeez.
No.
Oh,
So,
Excuse you, there's no space Europe.
I'm sorry, it's right next to Space Asia,
Oh my God.
which also definitely does not exist. This is all fake and in space and open to all.
We've literally like
This has gotten even more off track than usual.
we
God.
we brought
What's
like
happening?
one man to the moon, several men, whatever. There's one, there's a couple flags there. It's all
And
fine.
This kind
Okay,
of this does lead into the next point I will make when I speak again.
Can
Sorry.
you speak again?
But like
Great.
there's
If she
there's
speaks
just
again.
there's just something very mysterious about like a regular girl living her regular life on the creepy planet in wherever Batu is. And like the Jedi comes up and she's like, "Oh no.
Chris, can you tell us where Batu is?
Is it in the Outer Rim?
At Disneyland.
At Disneyland. Yo, go fuck yourself. It's
Have you heard of
uh,
Anaheim?"
It's in the like very far edge of the western reaches, I believe.
yeah.
So it's not
next
technically Outer Rim. It's just Western
to-
Reaches.
It's
Yes.
just the other side of the galaxy than the outer rim.
It's next to the unknown regions now.
yeah. Okay.
I always get confused between the Outer Rim and the Unknown Regions, but
That's
fine.
real.
Well, we know about the Outer
one is
Rim.
known and one is not.
You guys,
Um,
when your fucking words couldn't get away from me.
Oh my God. Other favorites.
Words are hard. They're like names.
that people had. Shut
Correct.
the fuck up.
Names and ages. I feel like I wrote something in. Kate wrote, "I hate this book," which is a great point.
I will explain
That's-
further.
That's
in a
her
moment.
favorite story. Is I hate this book.
Correct.
I wrote, I like Batu Girl and the Pirates because I'm on brand.
Oh my God.
And the last one about the fake crime girl.
I thought that was a dude.
Oh,
It was a dude telling a story about a woman.
Fair.
yeah.
So-
it was
Oh,
the
yeah.
fake crime girl.
The crime girl was fake because he made her up. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, the
Okay.
fake crime girl.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Hey.
My apologies.
One
Hey.
time I did a red.
One in a row.
Anyway,
Chris.
the fake crime girl was good because like there is absolutely no reason to have to make up a fake crime girl in the universe that we're in. There he could have just been like, listen to any of these stories about, I believe this is probably before Ventress or any of the people that we currently know. But anyway, as usual, reality, if we're calling reality where we are in the universe that we're talking about this, reality is actually like more insane than fiction is. And it's just really funny that he was just like, oh, crazy crime girl, listen to me, bounties, etc.
Oh my God.
Hey, that's what the story was.
Okay.
It was.
Amazing.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Just that's what the story was. But there's just like a lot of really interesting stuff that he could have pulled from and that he could have like listened to other people about and that he could have like sensationalized. And it was interesting that he sensationalized something that wasn't real and that everybody ate the fuck like into it, whatever that expression is.
Ate the fuck
Sorry.
into
They
it.
ate it up.
They ate it up. Thank you.
I too
Ate it
love
out
to
of his
eat
hand.
into various fucks.
All right. You know what I meant, though. Anyway, I just mean, like, there's so much crazy shit going on in this galaxy that it's interesting that he made up a thing that, like, people were interested in, because most of the time in the Star Wars universe, what's happening in real life is way more interesting than whatever these fucks make up.
That's true.
That was my only point.
Very fair. My favorite was the Dark Wraith.
True.
Which I
Because,
mean,
you were the
obviously-
most on-brand piece
I was
of
gonna
shit.
say, I mean, obviously, like, I'm a Vader bitch. We know this.
Oh my god.
Some of us didn't know it was Vader. I'm going to bring that
I
back.
say again, Kristen, there's literally a picture of Darth Vader right next to the title.
Some of us can't read pictures.
Jesus.
But I liked it was the only story that like had a moral, which I kind of like, just like as a weird vibe and as like a myths and fables thing. I like that the moral is like, listen to your parents. or your whole city could die.
Oh my god.
I also like that they like framed him as like literally the boogeyman.
Yeah, that is fun.
Like it was like dark but very fun and very kind of turned on its head genre wise. And so I liked that.
Yeah. It's legit.
Nerd.
Okay, did you like any of them?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't.
No, good answer. I was you didn't have to say. I really wanted to know your answer. I wasn't
no.
fishing for anything.
But also, like I said, it's so not my genre. Like Chris was like, let's read this, and I was like, okay, it'll be.
I love how you took a class on
Okay.
baby books in college.
I did, because as I think I mentioned this before, but like
They're short. What?
it counted for my 18th century literature requirement.
Oh,
and
I didn't
hate
know
Victorian
that.
lit.
I don't think you have mentioned that. I didn't know it counted for your 18th century literary requirement.
Oh
Fuck
yeah.
off.
So like all of us who are modernists fucking took that shit because we were like, no.
Oh, that explains why I couldn't get into it until my senior year.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That is
Oh,
why.
that makes so much
Yeah.
sense. I thought it was
Yeah.
like, oh, everyone wants to take baby books because we read Harry Potter and everyone's already read it, and then like
I mean,
nobody.
it's definitely that
I mean,
as well.
Yeah, I was like, you don't actually. The readings are so short, even compared to the short story, which is a thing that I took.
I took that as well.
Yeah, who did you take it with? Sorry.
Combs?
Oh, is that the Southern guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took it with him too.
We love a
It
short
was-
story.
Anyway, that I really like that. I actually really like the collection of short stories that we read in that, but it's fine.
Sports.
Yes.
Sporks. Sorry, just asking Kate why she took baby books.
You know, it doesn't make sense until you realize how much I fucking hate Victorian literature, which is
Oh,
even more than I
Vic
hate
Lit
children.
is the worst.
Yeah.
So yes.
Which like I have many lovely friends in my program or in my department at school who are Victorianists or they're romanticists or whatever, and I'm just like,
It's
and every time
fine,
they talk
live your
about it, I
life.
have to like put on a nice face and kind of like nod. And if Emma ever listens to this podcast again, she's gonna beat me to death, which is fine. Hi, Emma. But yeah,
Don't
my
beat
God.
mom to death. We love you. We love her more than we love you. We don't know you, but
oh my god.
hey,
But
I'm
anyway,
here to speak the
that's
truth.
the story. I will say there was probably like a sliver of a chance I would have enjoyed this book because I do enjoy like general like mythology type things, but this didn't really do it for me.
I feel like this
Fair.
was more of a legends book than like a traditional myths book. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
like mythology. It was like
Right.
it was like an urban.
yes.
What are they called?
Yes.
Urban
Urban legend?
legend?
urban legends. Yes, thank you. Urban, like more of an urban legend, more of a fable. I think what we think of as traditional mythology was not really what this was about, but
Right. Like I would have super enjoyed, and I know many people disagree with this, but like personally I would have super enjoyed a book about like the Mortis gods or something like that. But
Oh, fuck yeah. Well, of course, because like there's so much more in that is interesting. Like there's just more. Sorry, I know people fucking hate Mortis. I'm not.
They do.
I am medium on Mortis, but that's not like I'm not. Anyway, doesn't matter. Like there's just more to it. Sorry, there's just like more to explore with more.
Yeah.
Even if you hate Mortis, if one of the things of this was Mortis, it's going to be more fucking interesting than most of this was. I think.
If your interests lie with weird force shit, then yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I just think like even if your shit is not weird force shit and you hate weird force shit, there's still so much of like if you want in-universe stuff that like vaguely abides by the rules, this is it. Like, do people who hate weird force shit not like other stuff that vaguely abides by rules in the universe? Or I
think it depends on the person, but
that's fair.
Anyway,
but you know what I mean though. It's like,
oh yeah, totally.
I think. Sorry, I feel like I say you know what I mean though on this podcast, and you guys are like, no. You fucking bitch. So thank you for actually understanding me.
I have no idea what the fuck y'all were just talking about, but
doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter.
It's only a podcast. We don't have to explain anything.
I'm just gonna go ahead.
The people are not here for explanation or analysis.
Oh my god.
Into the next point that I was gonna make. This is me speaking again.
Hello.
You're the only one whose voice sounds like this. That's actually one of the things we have going for us on this podcast.
Oh my fucking
What, like
god.
a die? What?
Oh, no, like all of us sound very different.
Yes.
Whereas a lot of podcasts are like, everybody thinks we sound the same. I'm like, no one thinks any of us sound the same. Everyone thinks that we're all idiots.
Jesus.
We sound different.
No, it was from the joke earlier about the next time I speak.
Okay, sorry.
This is me speaking again.
Oh, sorry. I forgot about it.
Joke. Fuck me.
But I think that, you know, regardless of whatever the fuck y'all were talking about, that sounds very important and intellectual.
It's
but
not.
no. While this is what it is, I think it serves a really important role. And I think it does add a lot to the canon, to continue off of our conversation from the last episode. This gives us insight into galactic society, right? Like,
yep.
We don't know what their like legends are. Outside of this, like, they could be telling whatever stories they're telling, but one of the biggest things for me, I also have to belch in the microphone. One of the biggest things for me was like a lot of these stories, we recognize it reading them because we know this is whatever form of irony it is, where you know what it is but the people in the story don't. Is that dramatic?
Yep.
It's almost like dramatic irony. Like, they're like, oh, this mysterious man. We're like, have you heard of our Lord and Savior Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Right.
Kate, it is dramatic irony, right? I was like, ask someone who actually had to take a theory class. It wasn't me. You didn't have to take a theory class to get a minor. I not
hope it is, because that's the only form I remember.
I will say it's like, it's non-diegetic knowledge that we bring to the text as readers.
Thank you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. But like, we know all of this, but they don't, right? And this is like, oh, this man came and he saved our village. Fuck you. This dragon was eating all of us, or whatever the creature was, and like this guy came and like told us to stop stealing people from this other village, which was super fucked up in the first place. But also he saved our kids. And like, oh, this mysterious wandering man. We're like, these are Jedi. And they're like, who is this person?
Who's to say?
And they're like, it just gives us a lot of insight into the fact that you know, especially in the sequel trilogy, we're like, how do these people not know who the fuck, or even in the original trilogy, how do these people not know who the fucking Jedi are? But like on a certain level, I mean, I'm sure at its height, the Jedi Order was pretty huge, but the galaxy is even bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ordinary being is not going to come across a Jedi in their lives.
Right.
And so
Hopefully.
God willing.
Like, honestly, though.
And so,
Yeah.
like, on a, you know, maybe every few generations, a Jedi Knight descends on a planet to do whatever, and that turns into this legend, even if it's like your grandpa, right? Like, he's got his stories, and I was like, okay, grandpa. But
Great grandpa.
it's just like, they really, really don't know. They haven't been exposed to this. It's all kind of fantastical, right? Like, oh, he came and suddenly everything was better. That's kind of weird. We want him to come back. And they don't see a logical explanation for that. And it's like, this is how the Jedi become a legend. This is how they become a myth. This is how people think that they are fake.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I believe that at the height, or what in the Old Republic, or at least right before, or at least during the Clone Wars, it was like what, 10,000 Jedi.
Yeah, that's
Which
the
is
number
like
we're given.
not
Yeah.
a lot of
Clones.
beings.
That's not a lot.
I know
at
that's your
all.
point. Sorry, I'm not trying to usurp you by saying that. I'm just like, fuck, that's not a lot of things.
Right.
There's lots of
Right,
things in
for
this
sure.
galaxy.
And we already see how those stories are like kind of like becoming you know, legends for people, even in something like Rebels, where you know, we've got Cham Syndulla telling his fellow freedom fighters about the Clone Wars when he fought alongside the Jedi, or when, you know, Hera's talking about how the clones basically saved their planet, or in the pilot episode when Kanan whips out his lightsaber.
Hey, what?
When Kanan whips out his lightsaber and Callus is just like, holy shit. Like, he's like that guy's fucking pooping his pants. Like, yeah, that all absolutely makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, and it's weird too, because like, I mean, not to bring it to like the depressing shit, but
Yay,
We're
depressing shit.
we're
What?
kind of seeing it now in our society. Like, institutional memory is strong, but it can also fade very, very quickly.
For sure.
Especially if you're looking at a galaxy that's as far-flung as this, and like there's already just a ton of stories floating out there, right? Like there's a whole story about it. There's the fake crime girl. He's like, oh yes, this person. Everybody's like, oh, this person, okay. She's a very good bounty hunter, or whatever the fuck he framed that story as. And like, we don't know.
Yeah.
So real.
This is
You know,
this is extremely random reference, but
Oh,
it just
God.
made me think of Prince Ali in Aladdin, where it's literally just the genie going around the crowd spreading rumors, and then everybody's like, "I know this guy.
love
I've heard
Prince
of him."
Ali.
Yeah,
Okay,
you just heard of him 10 seconds ago.
Okay, but that's
motherfucker.
actually great.
that's not a random reference. That is extremely on point for this. Like,
That is so relevant.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what's happening.
Don't tell
here.
Christy's relevant. What?
Oh no, I did it.
Both of you did it, and you should be ashamed.
All right, well, let's
Kristen,
just.
you were the one who complimented me for speaking into the mic earlier.
Okay, Chris, shut the fuck
It
up.
was a
You
segue.
all
I did
fucked
that
up
as
this
a-
pod.
I did that
My
as an
ego is through the roof right
inappropriate
now.
segue,
It was a
and you're
segue,
welcome.
Chris.
I did that as a spelled wrong SEGWAY. Okay? That's what you get. It's a segue tour.
I am very upset. Okay, we're moving to the next point because I need
Points
to,
on my
this,
podcast.
This podcast needs to end. So I just wanted to point out that on top of the fact that I do not enjoy children's books, I found a shit whack of issues with representation in this one.
Star Wars is allergic to people of color. What?
And my
It's-
Star Wars?
I know, fucking crazy. So the one thing, the thing that started me off on this was I started reading the book and I was like, oh yes, these, you know, I was like, oh, the illustrations are pretty. Thank you for the pretty pictures. And then I was like,
children. What?
what?
The children. For the
Okay.
children. The children. The children. It's for the children. For the children. Yes.
I have no idea what you're saying.
I-
Kristen.
The illustrations
thank
are
you.
for the children.
Thank you,
The-
Kristen.
What? You know what I'm
Thank you for this contribution. Kate was saying,
Sorry. Keep going.
Anyway, I was talking about important shit. So,
I know.
So I was like, oh, these are pretty pictures. This is a very talented illustrator. What the fuck ever. And then I was like, hold up a minute. And then and I was like flipping through, and of course, every title page for a story has that facing illustration. I was like, all these bitches are white.
Except for the
Every
aliens,
single one
which
of
are
them.
They're from Space Europe.
They're from Space Europe.
Space Europe is the only space continent in space.
Every single illustration portrays every single human as being white until you get to the final story in which the smuggler is a black man. And I was like, I'm like, congrats on putting a black man in this, but also black men are only ever smugglers, swindlers, drug dealers, stormtroopers. Like, it's like, really? Is this, it's the same shit as making Finn force sensitive and not saying it on screen, and then making Poe a literal drug dealer. Like, what the fuck happened there? And then second of all, the other thing I just really don't support is that, listen, I know that the project of this book was to bring a Star Wars sensibility to the traditional sorts of stories that we tell children in our galaxy. But one of the reasons why I didn't enjoy this book was because, unlike Legends of Luke Skywalker, it did not put any kind of really that interesting a spin on it. Like, literally, it was just fairy tales told with Star Wars through, like, a Star Wars lens, which was not at all doing anything, I think, interesting with the genre. It didn't, it wasn't like Legends of Luke Skywalker, which, like, basically tried to ask questions about the nature of storytelling. And this is for the same grade level. There's no reason why I don't think that you could ask those questions in this kind of a book. And maybe that's just kind of like the brief that George Mann was given, but I don't think it was necessarily one that was worthwhile. For me, it didn't really add anything. And second of all, when you ask someone to write something in the sensibility of classic fairy tales, what you get are oversimplifications that I think are really harmful. I'm thinking about, God, what the fuck?
it was the Anselmi.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of the story.
I don't know.
It was like Waves of Vengeance or some shit like that. Well, anyway, it basically it's an entire story that casts an entire race of people as being greedy and evil and selfish, and they all deserve to die.
God,
Is that the one that was on the planet where they, like, started
yeah.
out both in the sea and then one of them went
Yes.
to land?
Yes.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine why
Which
that's
was
problematic.
Yeah, I know, which was, I think, awful. To still be teaching kids that kind of a lesson. In motherfucking this book came out in 2019. So in 2019, to be still telling that kind of a story. And finally, almost all of the women in this book were treated horribly. The fake, legendary bounty hunter at the end of the book, created by a man. Because I guess he couldn't think of a real female bounty hunter whose story to pull out of his butt. I don't fucking know. In Gaze of Stone, the Twi'lek's mom is portrayed as being a fucking idiot. In the story about the young girl who goes to get her siblings back from Blackspire, her mom is useless. She sits around and cries all the time, and it is heavily implied that, sitting around and wringing her hands, like, she's weak because she didn't go out and to find her kids. There are other instances. There are lots of women in this book who die. There are a lot of women who just don't have names. It's fucking absurd. It's awful. And also, I mean, and even the story with the pirates, the witch character, the Wookiee in her house is described as being her familiar, like it's a pet or something. It's oh, there's so many layers and levels on which this book is really fucked up, and I did not enjoy it. I went into this book predisposed to not like it, and I came out hating it for all of these reasons.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, and I think this may be just something I wasn't actively thinking about because I was flipping through as I was reading, like, oh yeah, children's book, whatever. But there's not really like even a female protagonist except for the child.
The kid, yeah.
Because everything else, it's like, oh, I think in this story with the witch, it's like the character whose point of view we're kind of getting is a female. God, I don't remember which species she is, but like she's this thief, smuggler. They interact with the witch. Like there's nothing good.
Yeah,
that comes out of any of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, when I say I hated this book for a lot of reasons that are people will probably like not really relate to. I'm not gonna say they're not valid because you don't like what you don't like, but like there are a lot of things with this book that are fucked up, and I really hope that I don't know, like just get Ken Liu to write another book. I don't fucking know, like Jesus.
Yes, go back to the people that you tapped for from a certain point of view that you haven't given another chance to.
For sure.
Are you suggesting
particularly the people of color?
Are you suggesting that we shouldn't just have straight white men? Right?
Well,
things?
but just like they did like a good job of tapping people for that who weren't normal people that they normally would have tapped. Sorry, double normal there, but you guys know what I mean. Like it's fucking possible. Like,
yeah, no, absolutely. I will say this is a different arm of Lucasfilm Publishing than Factpov was, but even so, like they talk to each other. You know, it's like, come on,
they can still make those connections.
Yeah,
those folks are still there.
Yep,
it's the very classic. Like, you can imagine a world in which we are traveling through the stars and moving things with our mind and inventing incredible new powers on the page, and you can't imagine a woman leading your story. It's a complete failure of imagination by the creators and the editors too. Like everyone is to blame here. Like it's a systematic failure, and it's one that we see time and again in Star Wars. It's one that we will talk about. Not next book. Well, I mean, maybe next book. I don't really remember Tarkin that well. But after that, we're doing Black Spire. We're going to talk about it a lot.
Yep. Oh, do I have many things to say about Black Spire, but we'll get there.
Cool. On that note, thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of the Book Wars Pod. Next episode, we're going to be starting Tarkin by James Luceno, reading through Chapter 8. So read along with us.
Read the book instead of going outside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Continue to stay inside. Like,
you read the book
don't listen
in your
to
yard if you want.
Don't listen to stupid motherfuckers, whether they be president or not, who tell you it's okay to go outside, because it's fucking not.
It's not okay to go outside, guys.
Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at BookWarsPod. Email us, bookwarspod@gmail.com. And please rate, review, and subscribe to both us and the Tosh Station Radio Mega Feed. It's the best way for people to discover the show, particularly while they are probably looking for podcasts while they're stuck inside. If you have the means, please donate to the Tosh Station Radio Patreon and give us coffee at ko-fi.com/bookwarspod. It really helps us cover our hosting and production costs. And if Celebration happens, will allow us to bring swag. If it doesn't, and we have money, we'll maybe create swag and send it to you. We'll see. We haven't talked about that at all. I just made that up on the fly. And when you give us coffee, we will post pictures of Porkchop, Orca, and Jasper to our Instagram. Really the best reward of all. Our theme song is Whiz Bang by Poddington Bear. Our logo and artwork are by Joe Butera Design. For Kate, Miranda, and Kristen, I'm Chris. Thank you for listening to episode 113 of the Book Wars Pod, and we'll talk to you next week.
Wash your hands.
Pow, pow.
Sorry, I hit the button too early because I sneezed too hard.
Okay, I'm just gonna
my
stop
God.
recording this.
I did.
No,
That's
you
what
didn't.
happened.